Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome again to another set of webinar Kecemerlangan SPM. I think this is the last day for this webinar and it is English Day today. Now in the studio we have Puan Nur Hasina binti Muhammad Ibrahim from SMK Methodist Sungai Siput Utara. Puan Kuala. Okay. So welcome Puan Hasina. How are you today?
I'm fine, sir. How are you today?
Fine, but here I can see the weather here is not clear, right?
Yeah,
So
it's a
today
little
Puan
bit gloomy
Hasina
here
is
as
going to
well.
talk, she's going to have a talk about speaking. So all the international pronunciation don't say clear or clear like that, right? So the floor is yours, Puan Hasina. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Faisal. Okay, can I have my slide, please? All right. Hello, everyone. Since I wouldn't be able to see any of you here, so I'll just presume that all of you are listening to me. And then if you happen to have any question, you can post it on the comment box and then I'll try to attend to them. Okay. So I'm Hasina. So Kuala Kangsar people, you know me. Okay. You know me. And then for the rest of you, hello. All right. So today we are going to focus on speaking paper. Okay. I believe we have students and also teachers here attending the session together with me. So throughout the session, if you have any question, just post it. Okay, I'll try to attend to them, and then we will have sharing as well if needed. All right. Okay, let's start. So the first slide here is about the format of the paper. So speaking 1119/3 is one of the main component in English papers. Okay, the mark allocation, as we all know, is 25 percentage out of all the papers and also 24 marks. Okay, so who will be the people involved in speaking? Obviously, we will have interlocutor, which is yourself, your own English teacher teaching you, okay, and you will have an assessor, okay. An assessor is usually a teacher from neighboring school, okay, and someone who is within the same district, okay, and you will also need pet candidates, okay. Either they are from your own class or could be from your own same batch, okay. It consists of three main parts: part 1, part 2, and part 3. Altogether it is 13 to 15 minutes, okay, depending on how long or how short the candidate's response are, okay. For interview, it is usually 3 to 4 minutes. For individual long term, it is 3 to 4 minutes. And finally, for the discussion, 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, so this is the very basic that we all know. Okay, so I'll go to the next slide. Eh, why my slide become like this? Okay, hold on, yeah. It's a little bit odd here. Okay. All right, no problem. I think it is mainly because I have shared it here. I have uploaded here. Okay, I'll explain to you. Okay, what are the assessment criteria involved for the assessment itself? Okay, interlocutor will award you using only one scale, which is known as the overall spoken performance. Okay, overall spoken performance, and interlocutor will usually have 6 marks. Okay, only 6 marks. And then the assessor will have 6 marks for each component, which are vocabulary, organization, and also communicative competence. Sorry, vocabulary, grammar, and also communicative competence. All right. So altogether, 6 plus 18, 24 marks. Okay, let's look at this diagram here. Okay, for SPM speaking task, okay, you have to understand it is designed and tailored in a way that it will help the candidate to have a more involved interaction and also scope for them to speak over the time as compared to the beginning of the time. Okay, why is so? Okay, we will look at how it is tailored. Okay, so usually for part one, it is a very controlled, short, individual responses. Okay, part one is very controlled, short, individual responses like what is your name, how do you come to school, what do you have for your breakfast, things like that, right? So individual everyday questions to put candidates at ease, okay, to make them feel less less threatened, okay, to put them at ease, okay. So that is part one. Part one consists of two phase. We will look that in depth later, okay. And then for part two, it is known as individual long term with an active listening candidate response question, okay. In this part of the task, you have to speak individually. You have to speak individually for 1 minute, and then you have to answer a question briefly for 20 seconds, all right. Followed by part three. Part three is a discussion task, followed by decision question, and then a further discussion task. It is a paired interactive discussion activity which usually will take 4 to 5 minutes, okay. So the level of interlocutor will lessens, okay. The level of interlocutors assessment involvement will lessens over the period of time, enabling the student to have more scope for the interaction, all right. Okay, any questions? Because I can't see anything, so I'll just like go by my hunch that all of you understand. So all right, maybe you can just like respond something so that I know you are listening to me. All right. Now, let's look at the first scale, okay? In order for us to understand how the marks are being awarded and on what basis we are awarding our students marks. So, there can be students here, there can be teachers here listening to me. So, I'm going to share the simplified version of the scale for our general understanding on how we are actually assessing our students' performance. Okay. OSP, okay, as for OSP, overall spoken performance, for the band mark of 6, okay, score 6, you can easily understand questions and instructions given to you. Okay, I don't have to repeat the questions to you. I don't have to clarify. I don't have to simplify. I don't have to reread the question. So if I can do all this, you're definitely a 6. Okay, you can ask and answer question and understand suggestion even if they are about difficult or complex topic, not only familiar topic, not only basic topics, but even given the situation of abstract topics, complex topic, you can still answer and talk. Okay, so that is a 6. Okay, you can keep a conversation going and fill in gaps in your vocabulary or grammar skills. Let's say while you are speaking, one of your friend, okay, let's say if we have our candidates and then one of the candidate couldn't speak, another one is very good, okay. So this person can compensate for the gaps that's happening using their own prior knowledge, using their grammar, using their vocabulary skills. So that is what we call as fill in the gaps, okay. If they are able to portray this skill, they are definitely a 6, okay. You can speak at a length about a topic even without much help or prompting. Okay, there is no need for help. You can do that. You don't need to have any prompt from anyone. Okay, in simple terms, it means you are good at listening and talking to others, even about tricky stuff, and you can talk a lot without much help. No, the really good one who can speak most of the time without any help. So that is a 6. Okay, for a band score of 5, you can easily understand questions and instructions. You can keep a conversation going by asking and answering questions on familiar topics, even if you pause sometimes while thinking about what to say. You don't need much help, you can talk on your own. Okay? Sometimes there will be a time when candidates hesitate slightly, like the processing time, the time they take for the process itself, okay. That is what we call as like pausings, okay. But they don't need help, okay. After the pause, they can come up with their own sentence, with their own phrases, with their own response. So they are a 5. They cannot go to a 6, but they can go to a 5. All right. Now, Let's look at the band score of 3, 2, and 1. Sorry, 3, 1, and 0. Okay, you can award the candidate, or the candidate can be awarded a 3 when they can understand questions and instruction, but sometimes need to ask for the meaning of certain words or phrases. Sometimes they'll ask, teacher, can you explain this word? Teacher, how about this? Okay, like those type of questions, asking for meanings, asking for clarification. So that is not a 5 or 6 or even 4. That is a 3. Okay, you can have a basic conversation by asking and answering question about things you know well. Like, okay, online shopping is good because we save money. What do you think? Yes, I agree with you. Keeping it very simple on the familiar topics, you know that. So that is definitely a 3. All right, you might need a little help or reminders during the conversation. Sometimes candidates who are on the band level of 3, they tend to pause a little bit longer and then they need help. Okay, they need help. So teachers, when you remind your students, okay, like what about this point, what do you think about this? Okay, so this is the place where you are actually should notice that these are not the very extremely good candidates, but they are the media course candidate. All right. For a band score of 1, you can award for them if they can understand question and instruction when they are spoken slowly and clearly, even if they need to be repeated. This is the case when we have the lower proficient students. Okay, lower proficient students. Sometimes they are very poor, memang lemah. Okay, what to do? They are very poor, and you have to like read the question slowly. You have to repeat yourself so many times. Okay, so this is a 1. Okay, you can share simple information about things you know using short sentences. Uh, what is the recent family celebration? Birthday. Uh, where do you go for your holidays? Kuala Lumpur. Giving short sentences, giving short phrases and words, okay, without much detail to it, without much words to it, okay. You might need some help or reminders as you talk, okay. Students who are at the score band of 1 usually need to be reminded again and again, like, what do you think about this point? Can you elaborate more this point? What about this? What about this? What about this? All right. The candidate, you can only award a 0 when the candidate doesn't use enough English for the assessment, okay? Or the candidate keeps using language other than English. Hold on, give me a minute, please. All right. So, if the candidate respond to you using other language, okay, what is your name? Nama saya Hasina. Where are you from? Saya dari kampung Bahagia, for example. Okay, that is definitely other language than English, right? So, you cannot award them even a 1, okay? What do we mean by the candidate doesn't use enough English for assessment? As we all know, we have interview, we have long individual turn, and also we have discussion task. Okay, let's say part 1, interview, phase 1. Okay, the candidate answered, what is your name? My name is Said. Okay, where are you from? From Kuala Kangsar. Okay, only those. Okay, this candidate answered only these 2. Okay, so you cannot award any mark because phase 1 of part 1 is not assessed. Okay, so you can award them 0. So candidate are required to produce more language than just speaking very basic things in phase 1. Okay, now let's move on to the analytical skills. Okay, a little bit lari the slide is okay. Analytical skills. Okay, for the analytical skills, we have the first sub skill, which is known as grammar. Okay, how to obtain a mark of 6, a score of 6. Your English is almost perfect. You hardly make any grammar mistakes. You can use many different types of sentence and connect ideas really well. Okay, like you can use various type of sentence, the complex sentence, the compound sentence. Okay, you can tie all sort of ideas using your transitional markers, sequence markers. Okay, this is where you know that this person is a 6. Okay, when do you go to a 5? You speak English very well, but not perfectly. Okay, you can use different type of sentence and connect ideas quite well. Somehow good, but not too up to the par of perfection. So you go to a 5. 3 is awarded when you speak English okay, like at the par at the medium level. Okay, you make some mistake, but it is not too bad. It is not impeding the meaning. Okay, you can use different types of sentences and connect ideas in a simple way. Okay, so you somehow manage to have a little bit longer sentence. Okay, so and then in simple ways, I like ice cream and cake. Okay, so that is a 3. Okay, you can go to 1 when you can see what you want to, but it is not always easy to understand. You use simple sentences and basic connectors. You always go to like and but so a lot of fillers, like you stop a lot. Okay, and then all your sentences are mixed up, jumbled. So that is when you go to a 1 for your grammar. Okay, let's look at vocabulary. As for vocabulary, again, you will be awarded. Okay, we will start from 1. A score of 1 is given when you have some words to talk about everyday things. You might use the wrong word sometime or say the same thing over and over. Okay, if I give you some topics that are familiar to you, like everyday topic, you know how to speak. Okay, you know how to speak for sure. You can speak. Okay, if I ask you to talk about family, food, okay, you can speak. But if I ask you to talk about pollution, okay, I ask you to talk about economy, you cannot. Okay, you start to struggle a bit. So that's when we know you cannot. Okay, you might use the wrong word sometime or you repeat. A lot of repetition is a 1. Okay, a band score of 3 can be given when you know enough word for everyday stuff and common topics. Sometimes you might use the wrong word. Okay, this is like slightly more than you know the everyday topic, but you also know like the common topic. Okay, whatever that people know, you know. You're like, okay, I know these things as well. All right, but there are tendency of you not using the appropriate lexis, appropriate vocabulary, so that you go to a 3. Okay, you will go to a score of 5 when you have a big vocabulary and can talk about tough topics. Okay, you use word that fit the situation. Okay, even given with all those complex topics, you know. Okay, you know about the topics. All right, and a band score of 6 is when you know a lot of words and can talk about even the hardest topic, you know, especially the further extended question. Okay, if you can answer that with all this, all the detailed require, okay, required details, you can pick all the right words to explain the things, you are definitely a 6. Right, let's look at communicative competence. Okay, communicative competence, we have band score of 6, 5, 3, and 1. Okay, let's start from 1. When do we award candidate 1? You can make yourself understood, but you might stop and start. Okay, you know, like you have false starts. Okay, like, okay, want to start? Stop. Want to start? I think uh, okay, you'll go back, you'll retract yourself and try to start again. Okay, and you try very hard to make yourself understandable. All right, starting, continuing, and ending conversation is hard, but you can ask for help when needed. Okay, sometimes, you know, like when you cannot see things, like you ask question, what do you think, what about you, teacher can explain about this, right? Okay, a band score of 3 when you talk clearly, but sometimes you hesitate. Starting, continuing, and ending conversation is a bit tricky, but you can ask for more information to keep it going. Okay, like you can talk. Okay, usually candidates at a band score of 3, they can talk, they are very confident. You can see like their ability to talk is there, but then you will see hesitations, a little bit of pauses here and there for them to find words that they are like, you know, they are searching for words. Okay, and then they can ask like, what do you think? Yes, I agree. Okay, what about you? What is your opinion? So they know how to keep the information going. Okay, a band score of 5 is awarded when you talk without much pausing. Okay, quite smooth sailing. Okay, starting, continuing, and ending conversation is easy for you. Okay, quite easy. Okay, you can work well with your partner and find solutions together, meaning that both of the candidates can delegate the communication and interaction, also the discussion, quite skillfully and successfully. Okay, and you can award candidates a band score of 6 when they can talk without stopping to find the right word. Okay, while talking they will fill in the gaps, okay, while having the right words, okay, can start, keep going, and finish conversation easily. Everything goes on very smoothly. You're really good at keeping the conversation going smoothly with your partner, meaning to say that equal contribution, okay, equal contribution, equally given effort, okay, so it is skillfully done in a manner that both of you can contribute successfully in the discussion, okay, and coming to an output, or you can show the process of the speaking itself. Okay, so are we clear? How do I check understanding? All right, so I think I clear. Maybe you would like to react something, or you would like just to say something in the comment box so that I know that you're with me. Okay, give me a few seconds. Okay. All right. Now let's move on to very detailed part, which is part one, part two, part three. Okay. In this part of session, okay, I am gonna dissect each of the part thoroughly so that as the teachers and also the students, we understand like what we are supposed to do. Okay, what we are supposed to do, and then how can we do it appropriately and correctly. All right. Okay, give me a few seconds. Okay. Okay, part one for interview. Interview is usually asking for your basic questions. Okay, asking about your basic questions regarding what? Okay, what could be the topics or question on interviews? It is usually about your biodata. Okay, where are you from? What is your name? Where did you go to your school? Okay, all these type of questions. Okay, so this is known as the interview session. Okay, the first one is for biodata, mostly will ask your name. Okay, so we will start with what is your name, candidate A, what is your name, candidate B, right? Okay, so you answer my name is what, I was born in HKL in 2004. Where are you from? I am from which state, I am from which kampong, which village, okay, which area, right? And then we will also be looking at the another feature which is explaining and also giving reasons. Explaining and giving reasons. Okay, sometimes we will ask you question. Why why do you like to eat food outside? Do you prefer to eat food at your home or the food cooked outside? Okay. You will be also asked to express opinions. Okay. Sorry, you'll be also asked to express opinions, okay, like why do you like to eat homemade food, okay, why do you like to spend your weekends at home, okay, talking about future plans, okay, what do you want to do in future, talking about past experience, where did you have your celebration, where did you go for holidays, who was your, yeah, exactly. So it's like your daily routine, right? Eating habits, daily routine, friends, hobbies, familiar topics, things that are related to you, things that are related to you, your familiar everyday topics. Okay. Okay. This is the speaking frame. Okay. This is the speaking frame. Students, you need to understand that your teachers, okay, and teachers, you need to understand also, we need to understand that us as the teachers, we cannot, especially the interlocutor, we will have to adhere to the frame here. Okay, let's look at the phrase one. Okay, in phase one, interlocutor, okay, the teacher was sitting in front of the candidate. He or she will ask, good morning or good afternoon. I am Hasina and this is my colleague, whoever it is. Okay, she will just listen to us. First of all, we would like to know something about you. Okay, so you can choose one or two questions. Okay, what is your name? Okay, if they don't answer after this, you can use backup prompts. Should I call you? Okay, and then what is your name, candidate B? Okay, thank you. And choose another two question. You can always either choose to start with candidate B or A. It is totally up to you. All right, whoever that you're referring to. All right. So when you are given questions like this, you answer. Okay, like response. Okay, good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning, madam. Shine bright. Okay, when you respond to your interlocutor, okay, show them that you are into it, show them that you are really into it, you want to answer them. Okay, so that you're into the task, show your excitement and your enthusiasm. Okay, what is your name? My name is Muhammad Zulfikri. I go by Fikri, you can call me Fikri. Okay, where do you live? I live in where, I come from where. Okay, how do you come to school? I come to school by bus, by cycle, by foot. My mother will drop me, my father will drop me, or I use a transport to come to school, whatever that suits the context. Okay, so you answer based on your own experience. All right. Questions are normally on these topics. Oh God, why it is so disoriented? Okay, educations, okay, about friends and family, sports, everyday routines, okay, your habitual actions, all these type of questions are on this. Okay, I don't know why it becomes like this. Was fine before I upload. Okay, no problem. Okay, so most of the questions are based on your everyday habitual activities. Okay, so you focus on education, your friends, your family, sports, hobbies, okay, things you like or you dislike. Okay, okay. Also, you need to master your 5W and 1H. The question will always ask you about what, who, where, when, why, and how. Okay, it is always starting with all these questions. Maximum time allowed for part 1 is only 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, 3 to 4 minutes, Teacher Vimala. Okay, so you cannot go beyond that. Okay, so usually for phase 1, you can have like 2 questions for each candidate, and for phase 2, you can have another 2 questions. So that will cater around 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, I hope I answered you. All right. Next, let's look at the phase two of the familiar topics. Okay, this is like most specific topics in phase two. Okay, phase two, they will ask you question. Okay, now I am going to ask you about your daily routine. Okay, this one is where you have to be answering properly because you will be awarded mark here. Okay, the mark process begins here. Okay, awarding mark process begin here. So you have to start giving proper answers here. Okay. So the interlocutor will ask you, now I am going to ask you about your daily routine. Okay. If possible, and it is encouraged for us teachers to use the candidates' names throughout. Okay. Let's see. I would like to start first. Okay. Yalini, what do you normally do after you wake up? Okay. If the candidate is unable to respond, you can tell them, okay, what is the first thing you do every day? Okay. So teach your candidate or candidates, you have to learn to answer to everyday topic. What do you normally do? Usually, normally, so you can start with questions which ask you like, what do you normally, what do you usually do, with the same template, like usually, normally, after I wake up, normally during weekends. Okay. Okay, what do you do? Okay, I will go for a walk, I will wash my face, I will have a breakfast. Okay, then you have to choose another candidate. What do you usually do after coming back from school? It is not encouraged for us, the teachers, to bombard the same student with the same, like with the same, with two questions simultaneously, like continuously. It is it is encouraged for you to go to one student first, then move on to another student. Either you go by A and B or B and A, it totally up to the interlocutor. Okay. So when do you usually do what do you usually do after coming back from school? Okay. I usually what? Okay, how do you spend your leisure time? During my leisure time or during my free time, I usually go for cycling. Okay. And what do you usually do with your weekends? Okay, usually during weekends, what will I do? Okay, in this particular frame, part one of phase two, okay, you have to start giving reasons. Okay, okay, I usually go for cycling on weekends. Okay, because I like to be fit, I like to be healthier. Okay, things like that. Okay, what, how do you spend your leisure time? Okay, I during my leisure time, I'll go to mall and have fun with my family members. Okay, this is to this is to make sure that we bond well, strengthen the bond between us. Okay, so you talk like that. Okay, am I going too fast? I hope I don't. Okay, I'm not. Okay, we are done with part one. Part one is if the candidates couldn't understand the question, is it okay for the interlocutor to simplify the question? That's a very good question, Cikgu Fauzia. But unfortunately, we cannot do that. Okay, students and teachers, what I meant by the interlocutor frame is that even when the candidate couldn't understand, so what the role of the interlocutor? The interlocutor can use the backup prompts. Okay, backup prompts, whatever that is given here. Okay, whatever that is given here, they can use this to help the student by repetition, by saying it slowly, clearly. Yes, let's say, what do you normally do after you wake up? Tak faham, cannot understand. What is the first thing you do every day? What is the first thing you do every day? So you go like slowly, clearly. So that is a way of helping your the weaker candidate, but you cannot rephrase. All right. Now we are moving on to part two, individual long term. Okay, part two, individual long term. In part two, individual long term, what we are actually looking at, how can we help our student? Okay, in part two, long individual turn, it is all about sustaining a long term, managing discourse, showing coherence and clarity, and also organization of ideas, accuracy and appropriacy of linguistic resource. Okay, what are these things? Okay, we'll start with sustain a long term. Okay, if you still remember, we want students in part two to be able to speak for at least 1 minute, followed by a actively listening candidate response, roughly around 20 seconds, right? So in order to sustain a long term, okay, candidate need to start by introducing the topic clearly. Okay, like, okay, what is the family celebration you remember? Okay, a family celebration that is very memorable for me. Start. Okay, start. Okay, organize their ideas with paragraph or sections. Like we have to know, we have to know that they are going like, okay, first they are answering this topic, then they are going to this bullet point, then this bullet point, so they have this organization. Okay, speak at a comfortable pace, do not rush. Okay, sometimes, the good candidates, they have the tendency to rush out. Okay, they just want to go fast. Okay, but they shouldn't. Okay, and we as the teachers, we need to remind our student to speak at a very comfortable pace and do not rush. Okay, use words like first, next, and finally to guide the discussion, or also, the storytelling. Okay, and help the listener to follow your ideas, especially your partner, your candidate B or candidate A who's listening to you. So they should be able to follow whatever that you're speaking, right? So transitional words, sequence markers like first, next, after that, finally will indicate them that you're starting, you're proceeding, you're giving example, you're giving explanation, and you are closing your speech. Okay, coherence and clarity of the message. Begin with your main point and add details to support it. Okay, stay focused and answer the question directly. Do not beat around the bush. Keep it straight. Okay, Use words like and, but, so to show your ideas are connected. Okay, like so. I basically went for Langkawi for holiday, so I did a lot of activities there, and also I liked traveling at Langkawi because it is cost friendly. You know, like you come up with your own ideas. Okay, accuracy and appropriacy of linguistic resources. Okay, pay attention to grammar, words, and how you say things. Okay, make your speaking more interesting by using different sentences and words. Okay, use the right language for the situation, avoid slang or tricky words. If you're really good with the uncommon laxes, okay, if you're really good with the bombastic word, by all means please do so. But then for those who are not really good, okay, try to avoid pushing the word in that context. Okay. Oh, it's a bit lari here. Okay, but okay, what do I mean by various type of sentences? Okay, usually students they prefer to use simple sentences and compound sentences, and I believe as teachers it is our own responsibility to teach our student to use more than only one type of sentence and varying them. Okay, as you can see here, I have given few example of simple, compound, and also complex sentence. Okay, simple sentence is usually the one which contain only one independent clause. Okay, I like to read books, the sun is shining brightly, cats are cute, right? Like what do you do on weekends? I usually hang out with my friend. Okay, so that is like one idea. Simple sentence usually contain only one idea, very simple and direct. Okay, compound sentence, whereas two or more independent clauses join by a coordinating conjunction or semicolon. Okay, I wanted to go to the park, but it started raining. I say like there is two ideas going on. One is wanted to go to the park, and another one is about the rain itself. Coincidentally, it's raining now. All right, and then we can see number two. She studied hard, so she aced the task. Okay, showing relation. Okay, I will eat pizza for dinner, semicolon. My brother prefers burger, indicating that there is two different preference. Okay, complex sentence is when one independent clause and at least it consists of one dependent clause. Okay, let's see one example. Although it rained, we had a great time at the beach. Although it rained, we had a great time at the beach. Okay, you can see like rain can stand on its own. Okay, but then because of the rain, okay, even though it was raining, they had a great time at the beach. Okay, when I finish my homework, I will go to the movies. Okay, so, since she loves music, she decided to learn to play the guitar. All right, now I hope you're clear so far. I think I'm quite fast paced. If you happen to have any question, please just post it. I'll just read and respond. Okay, let's look at the frame. Okay, let's look at the interlocutor frame. For part two, okay, they will consist of two topics. Okay, we will have 2A for candidate A and 2B for candidate B. Okay, 2A, let's look at the question. Okay, 2A, talk about a family celebration you had recently. You should say what the event was. What did you do? Okay, if the candidate haven't completed their talk, but the time is over, can I give them extra time? Okay, this is for which task? Is it for task one, part one, part two? Usually for part one, we will ask short responses, so that shouldn't be a problem. But for part two, let's say your candidate has been speaking for 40 seconds, and then, or let's say they have been speaking for 60 seconds, 1 minute, and then they are still speaking, they couldn't finish their sentence, right? So let them finish their sentence, okay, then only you stop them by your hovering hand. Thank you. Affirm thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let them finish that particular idea or sentence first. Then only you can stop them. Okay. Do not stop in the very middle of the discussion or production. Okay. I hope that answers you, right? Okay. Next, okay, so let's look at the slide for part two. Okay, in part two, usually the question will start like this. In this part of the test, I am going to give each of you a topic and I would like you to talk about it on your own for about a minute. Okay, you also need to answer a question briefly about your partner's topic. Okay, then candidate A, it's your turn first. Here is your task. Teachers, interlocutors, they will take their booklet. Okay, you'll take the booklet and then put it in front of the candidate A's table. Okay, if possible, somewhere in the middle. Okay, I would like you to talk about a family celebration you had recently. First, you have some time to think about what you're going to say. First, you have some time to think about what you're going to say. So over here, you have to tell your students. Students need to know that they have roughly around 20 seconds to prepare. 20 seconds is quite a time, okay? Quite a time that you can use up, okay, to think, okay, to process, okay, on what you're going to say. Okay, think first, okay, look at the question, process the question first. Then only when your teacher say, interlocutor say, all right, you may start now. All right, you may start now. The student should answer. The student should answer. Okay. If the students are unable to answer, you can use prompts. Okay, like what can you say about this point? Tell me about this point. Go back to the frame. Look at the frame here. Answer based on this. Okay. Once they have finished speaking for 1 minute, you indicate that they are done by saying the word thank you. Okay, thank you. Then you go to the actively listening candidate. Candidate B, what was the last celebration you had? Did you have a good time? Why? Okay, and give them roughly around 20 seconds to answer. After they finish answering, thank you. Can I have the booklet, please? Okay, retrieve booklet. Are we clear on part two for the first candidate? Okay, I hope we are clear. Okay. Okay, then once you're done, we'll go to the second candidate. Okay. In this part, okay, once you have retrieved the booklet, the interlocutor will tell you like this. Okay, now, candidate B, here is your task. I would like you to talk about your dream vacation. First, you have some time to think about what you are going to say. Again, the same process. All right. Okay. What? Give them some time. Okay. Approximately around 20 seconds. Okay. After that, all right, you may start now. Okay. If they seem not to be speaking anything, you prompt them, why? Tell me about this point. What do you think about this? Okay, read out this point. Okay, you can do that. Okay, once they are done, thank you. Okay, candidate A, okay, you ask your the other partner, okay, the other pair, candidate A, if you could go anywhere in the world for a vacation, where would you go and why? Where would you go and why? Okay, you ask them, where would you go and why? Okay, allow around 20 seconds for them to respond. Once they are done, thank you, tell them thank you, and then retrieve the booklet. Okay, so it is our duty as teachers and students for us to know that we have the time for preparation here. Okay, especially for the long individual turn, we have time for preparation, so do not barge in. Okay, take up the time. Okay, take up the time. Okay, study first. Okay, study first, and then once you are done, then only you will move on to the next session. All right. Okay, so what are the tips that I can give for part two? Hold on. Okay, can I just like present from my slide because I feel like most of it are gone. Okay, hold on, yeah. Sorry, very sorry. Give me some time. I'm really sorry. Please give me some time. Can we say you have 20 seconds to think? Not really. You have to say it like this. You have to go and say like this. Okay. Now, you have some time to think about what you are going to say. First, you have some time to think about what you are going to say. This particular area actually tells your student that they have 20 seconds to prepare. And it is our responsibility. I know I have been using this word a lot, right? It's our responsibility as the teachers to teach our student that usually when we say this word, you have some time to think about what you're going to say. Okay, that means it's a 20 seconds time. That's all. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, most of the part is only 20 second. So 20 second is our mantra here. So we remind them when we say this word, you have some time to think. That is 20 seconds. Okay. Okay. Hold on. I would like to use another slide. Hold on, yeah. Seems like a little bit problematic with these slides. Okay. Present slides. Okay, I'm really sorry for keeping you waiting. Okay. If you have any question, you can post it and I'll try to answer if I can. Okay, let me upload my file again. Hold on, yeah. Really sorry for keeping all of you waiting. Okay, I think I'm seeing some questions here. Okay, let me answer some questions while my file process. Okay. Uh, when we should time them immediately. Yeah, we should time them immediately. They start speaking. Okay, like when we say, you may start now. You can start now. So time. Okay. The next question was from Cikgu Hanim, right? Um, what if they start talking right after we say you're going to have some time to think? Do we have to stop them or just continue? Okay, you just give your hovering hand sign. Okay, just like okay, you become the Doctor Strange for a while. Okay, stop them for a while. Okay, okay, then let them think. After that, they will say what they want to say. Okay, that is the time that they should take up first. Okay. I hope this slide is better. Please be. Oh God, it's the same. Uh, okay, no problem. I'll just use. I'll try to explain. Okay. All right. So for part two, okay, for part two, again, when we go to part two, you have to tell your students, and your students should master the familiar topics, the everyday topics, okay, about holiday, a difficult journey that they had, a perfect day that they had, a special event, a festive celebration, a birthday, a school event, you know, the familiar topic that they have been facing everyday basis, okay. They also need to learn to spice up their story by using adjective and adverbs, okay. Adjective and adverbs add more colors and layers to their storytelling, especially for long individual turn. So whenever they are speaking something, especially about foods, process, um, weathers, okay, delicious pizza, windy morning, knowledgeable teacher, boring homework, excited laughter, calm demeanor, caring aunts and uncles, close knit family. Okay, adjective can help the process of speaking more colorful and also descriptive. Okay, use past tense. Teach our student to use only past tense. Okay, use past tense for part two. Okay, because most of the questions that are being asked in part two is always about a narration of what they have encountered or they have faced. Okay, and also please use sequence markers. Sequence markers, also known as cohesive device or transitional phrases, are words that actually denoting that they are moving from one point to another point. They are signaling the students, they are signaling the teacher that okay, this particular person is moving on, is starting, is reasoning, is giving explanation. Okay, that is why sequence markers are important, and we need to familiarize this with our student. Okay, you can use words like first, okay, earlier, before, next, afterward, next day, meanwhile, later, once, after, soon, last, finally, at the end. Okay, all those type of words. Okay, so are we good? Okay, I feel like I'm talking a lot. Okay, so if you have any question again, please post it. I'll try my very best to answer you. Okay. Okay. All right. Now we are going to part three. Okay. What is part three all about? Part three is a collaborative task discussion. Okay. They need to bekerjasama. Okay. They need to work together as a partner, as pairs. Okay. So in this task, they'll be given a mind map. They'll be given a mind map altogether 4 to 5 minutes. 4 to 5 minutes. Okay. So the first 20 seconds will be given for them to prepare, and then they'll be asked they'll be given 2 minutes for discuss. Okay, they need to discuss. After they discuss, they have to discuss with their partner. Obviously, at this very point of time, the interlocutor should withdraw their eye contact from the candidates. Okay, jangan tengok. Okay, you withdraw your eye contact, but you are still interested. You need to remind your students, I am still interested on listening to you. I want to listen to you, but then this time is your role to discuss. Okay, make them face each other. You have to teach them face each other, not looking at you, and never dominate the discussion session. Okay, we have to teach our candidates to delegate the discussion session equally so that both of them will get equal chances. Okay, and then once they are done with the discussion, okay, when they are done with the discussion session, we will retrieve the booklet, and then we will give another 2 minutes, okay, to give opinion and also extended questions. Okay, and yeah, sorry, after they discuss, they have another 1 minute to decide, and then only the extended question. Okay, in part three, there are few main component we are actually looking at. Okay, which is turn taking. Okay, turn taking and responding appropriately, uh, initiating, developing topics, and also negotiating. Okay, what is turn taking? Wait for your turn to speak. Allow others to finish their thoughts before you respond. Respond with active listening cues like nodding or saying, I see, to show that you are engaged. When responding, acknowledge what the other person said and provide a thoughtful reply. Okay? You know, like pairs, partners, at times one could be good, another one could be a little bit lower. Okay, right? So by nodding, by responding like a yes, I see. Okay. And also like, yes, I agree. Okay. This is actually a polite way of showing that we are acknowledging our partner, our pair. Okay. This will eventually provide for a more fruitful discussion. Okay. Initiating is a very important cue for speaking, where this is a good point that we need to teach our student that they should not wait for anyone to start. Okay, they should not wait for others to always start. Okay, if they feel like they are ready, they start. Okay, do not wait for the starting. Initiating is where you can actually also gain marks. Okay, take the initiative to begin the discussion. Okay, use open-ended question or statement to encourage others to contribute to the conversation. As we all know, the most common and like the popular one is always, "What do you think? What about you? What is your opinion?" These are like open-ended questions. So all these open-ended questions will provide opportunity for the partner to also respond to you. Okay. Offer compliment or acknowledgement as conversation starters to create a positive discussion. Okay, I really agree with you. I think that is an excellent idea. I also see the same view as you are. I'm on the same boat as you. Okay. Okay, developing topic, when discussing your topic, you provide relevant detail, example, explanation to add depth and context. Use transitional phrases like furthermore, in addition, on the other hand, okay, to connect ideas and keep the conversation flowing. Okay, encourage others to share their thoughts by asking follow-up question and inviting them to elaborate on their ideas. Okay, so by giving them opportunity like asking question, what about you? Do you agree with me? Do you think it's a good idea? So this will invite them to also elaborate their point or also the same point. Okay. Be mindful of the time and focus on the key points to elaborate. Okay. Be mindful of the key point. Okay. So you have to remember discussion is only 2 minutes, especially the good candidates. You know, the good candidates really, they love speaking. We know that we cannot stop them, right? So we have to train them that speak within the stipulated time, shouldn't deviate much from the given timeline. Okay, only two minutes. So we have to train them 2 minutes. Okay, don't go more than that. Okay, and finally negotiating. Okay, in situation where there is difference of opinion or conflicting interest, be open to compromise. Okay, it is a very good point that if the students can negotiate, if the student can negotiate, that's a good process. Okay, that is a good process that is showing that these students has the ability to process. Okay, to process the language needed for them to negotiate. Okay, this show the ability of the student to have a higher level of speaking competency. All right. Use polite and respectful language to express your viewpoint. Seek common ground and propose solutions that benefit all parties. Do not always train our student to only choose one. They can always choose one of their own preference and then they can come out with the final call. Okay, marks are not given for the final content, but rather the process of finding the common ground. Okay, we have to look at the positive side of CFR is always about the students' ability of what they can do, what they can do. It's not about what the student cannot do. Okay, if they cannot uh find the closing connection, it's fine. It's no worries, not a problem. Okay, but if they are able to process, then that's good. Okay, then that's good. Okay. Okay, like I said, there are many ways to say I think, in my opinion, I believe, I assume, I would say, in my point of view, I consider from my point of view, to me, to my mind, okay, it's my view as far as I'm concerned, it's my belief that, okay, so you can use all these type of words to show that you want to start a point. You want to start a point. Simple ways of saying that what do I think? What is my opinion regarding this matter? Okay. I hope I'm not very fast because I'm seeing the clock is 59 minutes already. Okay, but I think I'll be able to finish up. Okay. Now, let me bring all of you to part three. Okay, part three is also known as the discussion part. Okay, usually for the discussion part, we will start. Okay, we will start with the frame. The frame will start like this. Now, I would like you to talk about something together for about 3 minutes. Okay. The task will have two parts. In the first part, you will discuss something with each other for about 2 minutes. Okay. And in the second part, you will have another 1 minute to make a decision together. All right. Let's begin with the discussion task. Okay. I'm seeing a question here. What if the candidates couldn't answer the extended question? Would it be would it would it affect their marks? Okay, I'll come to you. Okay, I'll come to this. Okay, let us go to the extended question, then I'll answer this. Okay. Okay, so the question, okay, got me right here. People nowadays are concerned of their health. Here are some ways people are able to maintain their healthy lifestyle and a question for you to discuss. First, you have some time to look at the task. Okay, so again, this word first, you have some time to look at the task. So this is when they have roughly around 20 seconds for them to discuss. Okay, so allow 20 seconds for them to discuss, and during this period of time you should remind your students for them to face each other. Okay, face each other, and then let them discuss. Okay, let them discuss on which point they want to speak about. Okay, let them discuss. Okay, once you have finished your 20 seconds of preparation time, you can tell them, now talk to each other how to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Okay, withdraw eye contact. Okay, jangan pandang. Okay, withdraw eye contact. Okay, just like look down. Okay, okay, look down, and then let them speak. Okay, let them speak for 2 minutes. Okay, if they are not speaking, if they are reticent candidate, passive candidate, they are not speaking. Okay, you can prompt them by saying, "What do you think, Khairul? What about this, Anissa?" Okay, you can say things like that. Okay. So for phase one, my face is blocking my points. Can I not have my face here? Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, for the phase one, okay, this one, it is not compulsory for the candidates to mention all the point. It's fine if you don't mention all the point. Not necessary, yeah. Okay, not necessary. Master the words and phrases. Okay, so you have to master these words. Okay, which is to initiate, to start discussion. You need to master, like, okay, let's start with, okay, let's begin with. Master the words and phrases to give opinion. In my opinion, I think, in my view, to justify reason. Okay, I agree with this, I disagree with this. Okay, I think this because of what. Okay, reasoning. Okay, and to agree or disagree. Okay, both candidates should contribute equally to the discussion. Talking more won't help you score higher marks. Okay, sometimes we do believe that, obviously students who are talking more could could enable them scoring a higher mark if the output or if the process is right. But only by talking alone doesn't help them in scoring higher mark, because the purpose of part 3 is to see whether you can able to initiate, discuss, close, right, all these things. Okay, but if you're talking alone, all this process wouldn't be happening, isn't it? So it defeats the purpose. Okay, so you have to teach a student, it is not about talking a lot, it is about how both of you are contributing equally to the discussion. Okay, take equal shares on speaking. Okay, this phase is looking for your ability to hold daily conversation while speaking in English. Do not forget to use transitional words. Okay, try to come up with a variety of sentences with varied vocabularies. Okay, this part you have to come up with some more vocabularies. Like, remember, 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes to discuss, right? So you can speak more, you can add more detail, you can provide more vocabularies. All right, let's move on. Okay, so I have shared with you just now. You have to master how to initiate, how to start discussion. Let us start our discussion. We need to decide on, let's talk or let's discuss about how to stay healthy. Let's look at some possible ways on how to stay healthy. Let's get started, shall we? Okay. To give opinion, you can use words like I believe, I think, I suppose, in my opinion, speaking personally, as for me, as to me, okay? To agree or disagree, okay, I agree with you. I really think so. That is right. You're absolutely right. Yes, of course, it is true. I take a different view. I disagree. I don't think so. Okay, the basic things lah. By this time, we should be able to, uh, yeah, we should be able to convey to our students. These are the needed language bank to get them through for part three. Okay, this is a must. Okay, to emphasize or highlight, okay, sometimes you want to show like you want to emphasize the point, right? Okay, especially, importantly, indeed, obviously, absolutely, particularly, okay, you have to emphasize by saying this type of words, okay, to add more ideas. Okay, I think like staying healthy is important to keep your body fit. In addition, by staying healthy, your body will also uh you will be able to sustain longer hours of work, like things like that. Okay, to ask for opinion, what do you think? Okay, what is your opinion? What is your view? Do you agree with me? So also teach your student to use their partner's name through and through. Okay, so this will actually give them a sense of belonging while speaking. Say, oh, okay, A and B is talking. Okay, Khairul and Anissa is talking, so they know like, what do you think, Khairul? What about you, Anissa? So there is some sort of like symbiosis between them, showing that they are relying on each other. There is some sort of liveliness in that situation, right? So you teach them to like use their names through. Okay. Okay, so let's see one example on how we can give our students, especially those who are like in weak or intermediate, on how they can have a proper template to speak for discussion. First, teach them how to start. Okay, to start a discussion, it's easy. You just have to go to the center bubble. Okay, read the center bubble. What do you think about ways to maintain healthy lifestyle? Can we explore about how to maintain healthy lifestyle? I would like to discuss about how to maintain healthy lifestyle. In my opinion, okay, choose one, choose one. Okay, anyone. Okay, choose anyone. In my opinion, I think we should sleep well. Why we should sleep well? You give reason. Because by sleeping well, at least 8 hours a day, it keeps your body it keeps your body energized and also active throughout the day. Okay, you can be more productive. Okay, for the reason that sleeping will actually helps your body to stay active. Okay, so start first, start by giving opinion, give your reason, and you ask your partner, you ask your partner's opinion by asking, what is your take on either the same bubble or different bubble? What do you think? What are your thoughts? I will love to hear your opinion on avoid unhealthy habits. Okay, so you throw question. When you throw question, you are opening opportunity for your partner. You're opening opportunity to the next candidate to speak. Okay, to speak. Okay, are we good? Okay. Then your interlocutor will tell you, thank you. Okay, thank you. Now you have about a minute to decide together which is the best tip to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Which is the best tip to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So in this area, this decision making, you have to remember marks are not given for the final output. Marks are given for the process that you are making to find a decision together. So let's say I choose exercise regularly and my partner choose eat a balanced diet. It is not wrong at all. What we want to look here is that the process of you trying to come to a closing statement. That's all. Do not penalize the students if they couldn't come to a closing statement. If they couldn't come to a close, it's fine. You award mark for the process. You do not award mark for the content. Okay. So do not make decision instantly. You teach student, okay, do not show, okay, mm, stay hydrated. Okay, sometimes your student very lazy kan, very lazy one kan, yang macam tak nak cakap kan, okay. Sleep kan, okay. You prompt them, you tell them, start, okay. Ask them to start the discussion immediately. No preparation time, okay. No preparation time. This one is also a thing that we need to highlight to student. Thank you. Now you have about a minute to decide together which is the best tip to maintain healthy lifestyle. No prep time, okay. No preparation time. You go straight in, okay. And then ask them to recall at least two best options. Try to negotiate and try to come to a conclusion. Okay, try to come to a conclusion. If they cannot, it's fine. Okay, but the process is what we are awarding mark. Okay, share the ideas, ask their partner, and try to make a choice. Okay, so uh try to convince, try to negotiate. This point is better than this point. Okay, active and engage actively, not your head, to show that you understand. Okay, yeah, it's like I think this is a better point than this because okay, teach them to like show reaction, show expression. This one is also one way of keeping the discussion alive so that it doesn't go monotonous, right? It doesn't go like flatlined. Okay, so teach them to like respond. That's why you should withdraw your eye contact from your students. If you keep on looking at them, they will feel the urge on looking at you, right? So you like, okay, withdraw. Okay, withdraw eye contact, let them speak among them, so they will be much comfortable. Okay, altogether only 1 minute for this process. Okay, then this is one of the example lah, okay, for candidate A and B to decide together. It is not necessarily to candidate A to start first. B can start first also. It is not necessarily A have to start first. Okay, I think I choose either one of the bubble. Okay, choose one of the bubble. Okay, what do you think? Okay, choose one of the bubble and then, if possible, give explanation. And then, what do you think? Pass it to the pair. Pass it to the pair. I agree with you. Okay, and then this person agrees or disagree or partially agree. Then negotiate if needed, and if they agree, support by saying that I'm definitely with you on this. I am with you. Okay, and then let's stick together. Okay, let's stick together for now. All right. Okay, give me a minute. Let me come back to you. Okay, so 1 minute is a very short period of time. 1 minute is a very short period of time. So within this, oh, okay, there's a question from Madam Wasuki. How do I score if the content is distorted, but the, but, they what? But they are able to produce a good discussion. Content are distorted, but they are able to produce good discussion. So we have to go back to the scale. Look back at the scale. Okay, what are we awarding mark for? Our students' ability on whether they are able to initiate, develop, negotiate. Okay, they're able to give like proper grammar or not, good vocabulary choices or not. Most probably, you will pin down for the vocabulary, but you will still award a high mark for the communicative competence and also grammar. Am I right? So you have to go back. You have to go back to the scale. Our scale is our guidance, our panduan. So I think even the one who are used to like doing it, we have to always go back and refer to the scale. Okay, let's say the content is like distorted, but can we still award them? Can we still award them? Yes, you can award them for the communicative competence because they have produced a good discussion. It's a fruitful discussion, right? You can award them for a good grammar if the grammars are good, right? So you can award them there. Okay, did I answer you? I hope I did. Okay. Right. And then once you're done with that question, you will retrieve the booklet. Thank you. Can I have the booklet, please? Thank you. Can I have the booklet, please? Okay. Then you will be asking them about an extended question. Okay. Can my face be taken away from this slide? Okay. Okay, so you'll ask them a question. You have been talking about how to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Now, let's hear your opinion on this. Okay, this is the keyword here. Now, let's hear your opinion on this. Okay, let's hear your opinion on this. Okay, so this is when you're telling your student the hot question, the further extended question coming in. Okay, for example, here, in what way does maintaining a healthy lifestyle influence people's happiness? What do you think? Okay, usually you'll stop here. In what ways does maintaining a healthy lifestyle influence people's happiness? You stop. Then they have to immediately respond to you. Okay, they have to immediately respond to you. Okay, without a guide or talking point given to them. Okay, without, there'll be no guide or talking point given to the candidate. Okay, but if they are unable to process your question, you can always tell them like, what do you think? Do you agree? How about you? Okay, so in this part, students will have 1 minute to provide individual response usually, because altogether 2 minutes, right? Okay, both candidate will respond to the same question, only one question for both candidate, either one of them can start. Okay, avoid silence. Okay, so like while you are trying to process, you can always say like, well, so okay, what a good question. Okay, buy some time. Okay, and then do not wait for the examiner to prompt you before talking. Usually, extended question is the question which usually decide whether you are a band 6 score student or not. Okay, answering to one of the question asked by one of the teacher just now. Can I couldn't find her. If the candidate couldn't answer the extended question, would it affect their marks? Yes. Why? Because extended question is part of the test. Okay, extended question is part of the test. Most probably they wouldn't be able to get 6 for all the sub skill, but then if they are good, they will be still able to seize 6 in some areas. Okay, but they won't be getting 6 in all lah. Okay, 6 is for like extended question is usually the deciding question on whether this candidate is really a good one or not. Okay, I think I have a question here. For this extended question, what if candidates cannot understand the question even the interlocutor has used the prompts provided? Excellent question. Okay, I love this question. Okay, sometimes some candidates are really poor and weak, right? So what happened? You have used your prompt, you have repeated, you have said it clearly, slowly. Okay, you can give them some time. You can give them some time, okay, for them to respond. If you've done all the measures needed and there is still no response, you have to come to a premature close. You have to come to a premature close. Okay, thank you. That's all. Okay, thank you. Okay, because you have done all the needed measures, right? So you cannot do anything. So you have to come to a premature close. Okay, that's all. You cannot do anything beyond that, and mark them according to the skills. Okay. There is no right or wrong answers. Okay, there is no right or wrong answer. And then use linking words, use conjunctions. Okay. Okay, let's see example of further discussion tasks. Okay, let's try to come up with few example. Okay, okay, Cikgu Noriza, did I answer your question just now? Okay, no problem. Okay, do you think technology is essential for students' learning? We can teach our student even with the low level student, like low proficient student, if they cannot answer like uh detailed answers, we can teach them. Yes, technology is important for learning. Yes, I agree with that. Yes, that is a good point. Yes, I definitely think that is a good that's a good point, or whatever it is. Okay, so you can teach them. Okay, you can teach them. Okay, you can teach your students to tackle the question by giving short responses as well. Okay, by giving short responses as well. Okay, And then basic response would be like, yes, technology is essential for students' learning. It helps them access information and do research. Okay. For the intermediate response, usually they will somehow have more words like, I believe that technology plays a crucial role in students' learning. With the internet and devices, students can access a vast amount of information which can enhance their understanding of various subjects. Additionally, giving more elaborated and detailed explanation, technology allows for interactive learning through educational apps platform, making the learning process more engaging. Okay, more engaging. Okay, so usually this is for the intermediate, and for the good one, the proficient response. Okay, the proficient one, they will usually respond by saying that, do you think technology is essential for students learning? Okay. In today's digital age, technology is undeniably indispensable for students learning. It revolutionized the way information is accessed and processed. Technology provides students with the tool to explore a wide range of educational resource and gain a deeper understanding. Why freeze? I don't know. Can you hear me? Okay, let me refresh. Hello. Am I in? Am I in? Oh, hello. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm really sorry. 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 Very sorry for the technical error just now. Okay. I think I will answer the question here. I like this question. Okay. What if candidate A talks non-stop for 2 minutes? Candidate B has no chance to talk at all. Okay. What should the interlocutor do? This is a very good question. Okay. That is when the interlocutor should come in. Okay. So when you see like candidate A speaking a lot, not giving chance to candidate B, what can you do? You can come in and you can tell the other candidate B, what do you think, candidate B? What do you think, Afzan? What do you think, Hanim? Okay, so you can prompt them to respond. You can prompt them to respond. Okay. Another okay, I think I couldn't see this question. Another thing is, if the candidate asks for repetition, do we need to stop the timer? No, we don't stop the timer. Everything is happening within the stipulated time. Okay, we don't stop the timer. Okay, it goes on within the time frame we have decided. Okay. All right, no problem. Okay, so this is an example of how a proficient response would be. Okay. Okay, usually this is like questions I try to come up with for the discussion topics, okay, based on topics in our textbook, consumerism and financial awareness, people and culture, health, and another one I forgot already. Okay, four, right? Four topics, right? Four themes, right? Okay. So they usually like ask lah, what role do you think technology play in education? Discuss the impact of social media on young people's mental health. Okay. How many times can we repeat the question? Okay. Good question. Okay. As long as within the stipulated time. Let's say your student is very weak. They are very, very low proficient. Okay. They are unable to see. So you have to repeat the backup prompts. Okay. What about this? And if after all the measures are taken, but they cannot still come to any discussion, any production, come to a premature close. Come to a premature close. Okay, that's all what we can do. Okay, stick to the frame. Okay, how can we address the issue of cyberbullying among teenagers? Okay, discuss the impact of artificial intelligence on employment opportunities. Okay, so yep. So the best way to predict the future is to create it. Okay, and with that, we have come to the end of our speaking sharing session. Okay, yep, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. So if you have any question, okay, that we would like to ask, or yep, anything, we have roughly around 5 more minutes. If I know anything, if I can, if I can give you the answer, I will. If I can't, I'll refer to my higher authority and come back to you. All right, no problem. Okay, so remember, teachers, we do not penalize our students for speaking. Speaking is among one of the most important skill that if you teach, okay, if you teach your student correctly based on the required discourse, language discourse, they can actually score very well, and it can really help your students to score as well. 1 mark in speaking is more than 1%. It's very important. Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for spending your evening with me. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Panur Hasina. It very, I would say, excellent performance presentations.
Thank you, sir.
I think the audience will love it, right? In the coming future, next year for 2024, we try to do more of this, right? We have speaking done with speaking. Previously, Mr. Haswan done with
Writing.
writing. Yeah, yeah. Maybe after this, we'll go into listening, and then that. I think listening, speaking, writing. That's the, should I say, the killer?
You can actually.
You can also killer, and then the question just now is a very, what you call, uh, excellent question. I mean, yeah, I think, oh, this one is okay. What the time, I think giving chances to the students, right? And yeah, lah, I think I would, and also would like to thank you, let's say our organizer actually, Mr. Nozaini, yeah, the webinar just now.
Yes.
And then I think we close for 2023 with your presentation, Puan Nasina.
All
Uh,
right. I'm glad.
Thank God. Yeah,
I can
yeah.
I,
Thank
I,
God.
I can I can see the comment saying that overall performance 60 Guru Hasina. It's
Ah,
it's a it's a fruitful session, I believe. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you for spending your time. Okay, your valuable time with me today. And Mr. Faisal, we
yeah.
truly appreciate your presence here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we close with Awang Kuala here. So
Uh-huh.
next year we have 11 district. Those who want to test yourself, we can PM me. Alright, PM me. And then so Puan Rosina, next year we'll see again. I think very interesting the way you, it's very crystal clear. I love it. Nah?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so all teachers, I think you have filled in the link, isn't it? The link, the attendance links is there already. So we see you again next year. and good luck good luck lah for SPM. We hope that we can achieve more. All right. Thank you all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.